Give me your best chuckle.
That's accurate as fuck.
Only reason I love that shit because he always reminds me of the scene in Grease when
Sandy, don't make me laugh. Nah, but my real chuckle though.
Yeah,
Joe got that John Travolta looking ass nigga.
It's just my chuckle.
Chuckles from the heart.
Yeah. It's just lazy. It's a lazy chuckle.
Lazy
Whatever.
chuckle.
I never seen Grease.
Oh God. Well,
you ain't missing.
Turn his mic off again.
You ain't missing nothing.
You're missing a lot. Don't do that, bro.
Shit.
Don't disrespect Grease.
Don't disrespect Grease.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back, MikiDz Podcast,
sir.
episode 44.
Is it 44?
4. Yeah, 44.
Four.
No,
I only know
Obama.
that because of the notes. Yeah.
Wishing we were.
We calling this the Obama episode?
Dedicated.
44th president.
Hey, let's go, baby. I'm with it.
You go ahead, take the lead, bro.
Nah, man. Listen, Obama did enough for us.
Lead us to glory.
Shit. 9 the times we going through, I'm the wrong motherfucker to lead y'all to anywhere. Shit.
Anyway,
always want to put the black man on the front line.
It's fucked up.
Anyway,
fucked up.
we ain't gonna make this about race. Not this early in the pod. Trying to keep y'all. With that being said, we definitely want to show love to all the listeners.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hold up,
Followers, supporters, most importantly. We appreciate y'all, man. And Rell was just sharing, and I know Danger's been talking about it. A lot of people reaching out.
Yeah. A couple of DJs have reached out, said, they really enjoyed the podcast and what we have to say, even though sometimes we think we only be talking about shit. But it's good. It's good to know. It's good to hear back. Regardless if it's positive or negative. And I mean, if it's going to be negative, let it be constructive. You know what I mean? Like we would appreciate the feedback and the criticism, so that we have a good idea of like what kind of topics we can really talk about and what would reach out to our listeners. So don't be afraid to hit that. Don't be afraid to slide in the DMs, man. You know what I mean? Whether it's our individual ones or if you hit the MikiDz one.
Oh yeah, the MikiDz Show.
Yeah.
Make sure to slide in the DM. Make sure to hit us with the mention. We want to show you guys the support and love that you show us. And we're 44 episodes in. We're figuring it out, and can't wait to continue to expand on that.
Yes, sir.
What do you think, Joe? No?
Yeah. I mean, you guys just said it all.
Okay.
I'm rolling with everything.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. How's everybody's week? Any cool IG lives you guys networked in this week?
Oh man, you know that's the norm now. I feel like
club IG hopping.
Yeah, that's the norm.
Live hopping.
Can I do a quick take about IG live if you guys don't mind?
Oh, absolutely.
And I want to say this because again, I've been seeing obviously we're on social media more now than obviously before, and I just see a lot of people, a lot of DJs, hesitant or not choosing to go on IG live for the numbers. And I just got to say, if that is your concern, quit DJing now.
Yeah.
Quit DJing now if that is your concern. Shout out to all the DJs out there that are going on IG live and either they're doing it on a everyday consistency or once a week or whatever, whether it's just you in your bedroom or you got a whole green screen production going on. Shout out to all you guys, man, because it shows who does this with passion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I hate to see that people are like, oh, I don't want to go on because I'm scared of the numbers. Regardless if you got 2 people or 20,000 people, that should be more than enough for you to want to go on there and express your passion and your creativity and your artistry with this shit, man.
And not just IG live, but Twitch.
Just going live in general, just streaming, you know what I mean? And just, expressing expressing your creativity and your artistry.
Yeah.
And you're not worrying about anything else because if anyone, your family is going to show up and listen to you.
Yeah.
And if they don't,
you might want to reconsider your family. But yeah, man. I allow it to frustrate me because you know what I mean. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of DJs out there that are really trying to get a shot out there, and you know what I mean. They're really doing this because they have a passion. We have a passion. That's what all connects, especially the 3 of us. You know what I mean. 3 different backgrounds. We come together because we have a passion for music. We have a passion for DJing, and that's what it is, man. We don't give a shit about anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
But like you said, this is our hobby. We're not getting paid for this, but yet we're all still doing this.
Yep.
We're all still willingly going out there and DJing. No one's getting paid for it. I mean, There might be a couple of people who finessed it and are able to get a pay, and you know, more power to them. But the rest of us are just doing this shit because we love it, man. And so shout out to everyone that's doing this shit and you know, making it consistent and having fun with it.
Right on.
Anyways, moving on. Yes, IG Live. I've been seeing a couple of them. Miki, you brought up.
Oh yeah, Eddie Boy.
Yes.
We were talking about earlier. I was giving him some flowers. Trying to transition out of the flowers.
Nah, fuck that.
Love.
Make that you.
Call him love.
But it's love. Yes, show him some love. He did an amazing job. He prepared for it, and he was hesitant to get on live, and then I brought it up in the group chat because I felt that his approach in regards to just marketing it for a couple of days was part of his success. You know, he saw 100 to 150
Nice.
you know,
Right on.
active people through the hour. Shout out to Lucinda, his wife, who was serving as bottle girl,
Nice.
executive producer with a sign behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And
When you got a support system like that, you can't miss.
yeah, exactly. And you know much about that. And so it's funny because he hit me up afterwards on FaceTime, just kind of like talking about all the nerves and all the different things that's going on, and then also why he cut it short from going longer. He had planned for an hour. It ended up being like an hour and a half or so.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes you know the spirits take over.
Caught the Holy Ghost.
Oh yeah,
And,
man, it happens.
and that happens to everybody.
Oh yeah.
And so just wanted to give him a quick shout out.
Let me ask you this: when you said he was hesitant to do it at first, did he express why he was hesitant?
I think it was part of the numbers. He
Okay.
never really expressed it. He part of the reason also why he hit me up is he specifically told me that I'm like, I'm one of the few that keeps it real and gives them the tough love side of things. Like I don't sugarcoat shit. Like
Yeah.
I'm always honest, you know. And we just talked about that last week, where it's like part of the reason why we all respect each other is because we're not gonna tell you, Andre, you got a dope record unless it's actually dope. Danger's 80s mix isn't actually dope. Like, I'm sorry, is actually dope.
Man.
Like, damn,
Hey,
fam.
that's how you feel. He finally said it. He finally said
See what it took for him to say it?
Man, listen, but
Thanks, Eddie boy. You got the truth out of him.
Right? There
Now
we
we know
go.
he has to
The
come
lights
clean.
are on.
let's go, baby.
But I'm not gonna tell Danger that his mix is great without it actually being great, right? And giving everybody their respective love. I have a fucking amazing time in Rell's IG live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm always pushing for comment awards in the way I speak in the chat, and I'm just looking for attention.
That I feel like I'm glad you brought that up, man, because I love DJing, but I feel like being in other people's IG and on the comments, man,
Yeah.
like that's a whole nother entity on its own.
Yeah.
And it's fucking amazing. It's
Yeah.
fun as shit to do that, man.
When you and your fiance Jen were live and we were testing out some stuff over here, I was like, man, Rell is like super active on IG
Bro,
Live.
yo,
Like, he's
yo.
like a whole different person.
Yeah, you did bring
Bro,
that up.
I'm
I
trying
was
to
like,
tell
this
you,
man
like,
is on and he's instigating shit. He's like checking in with everybody. We here,
and that's what I'm saying.
Drink
That
up,
was
shots.
that was a great thing, man. As long as you're interacting with them, it's fun. Like you said, like Eddie, he said he planned to do only an hour.
Yeah.
Wifey and I, when we did ours, we only planned to do 2 hours. We were because we were doing 30-minute sets, right?
Right.
So it'd be like, all right, we'll each get 2 sets,
Right.
right? So we were like, well, we're gonna do 2 hours. I think we went 3.5 hours or some shit like that. Like to the point where we had a couple of drinks, we were in there having a good time. Yeah. Everyone, y'all were in the comments, people in the comments just made it. And we only had 30 to 40 people in there. It wasn't a shit ton of people in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? What I can imagine what Eddie's shit was like with 100, 200 people in there.
It was jumping, but it's just look. All those people that pull up just to comment,
Yeah.
you guys are essential.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
essential
Oh, yeah,
to the
absolutely,
live.
man.
And what Danger was saying, you know, Rell is really active on the mic, which is a big part of it. Eddie Boy, who I in the nightclub, I don't think I've ever seen him say anything on the microphone. Was also on his mic. Pause. But he was really active and just, you know, talking to people. And you know, I won't put his business out there, but you know, at some point, there was a Venmo or Cash App pinned, and he did well. Yeah. So it's one of those things where you just never know. And he's got family in Mexico. They pulled up, so it's dope. You know, he went on Facebook and on Instagram at the same time.
Okay.
And I think the only time he got booted, because that's a big topic for us, is when the hour was up, the first hour.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it's like, hey, come back, right? That's the
and that's only on IG though, not Facebook.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
The hour limit you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. But on IG, you've had experiences.
Yeah, I've had experience, and I've been on IG Live probably twice now. 2 or 3 times now. Mm-hmm. And in my experience, I noticed obviously there's certain artists that you can't, but that comes across the board regardless. Like, some of us that experience copyright infringements with like SoundCloud and shit like that. So, the major artists, the Drakes, the Justin Biebers, the Ariana Grandes, like those guys, you play any song for X amount of time and you're going to get kicked off.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that in my experience, quick mixing, it works. Like I said, I've done it. I've been able to do an hour and a half set of quick mixing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when I say quick mixing, you're not letting a song ride no longer than 90 seconds.
Yeah. Verse hook.
Verse hook. Mostly hooks, and then you can let a song ride depending on what it is. Obviously, if it's not some known artists or something like that, you can let those tracks ride a little bit, and then boom, boom, boom. I've gone a whole hour and a half, and then that last half hour, I was trying to get kicked off, so I was letting songs ride. So I was like, all right, we're gonna go. And I said it on my last IG. I said, I'm gonna go until they kick us off. Yeah. And I went for way longer than I think people expected for me to do.
Okay, was that part of the sexy set?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Danger, I gotta let you. Were you there for the sexy set?
I don't think you were.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is the records where the security guard is staring at you, and they've told you last song 4 songs ago. Yeah. But Rell is just,
listen.
Yo.
One more song.
That's just more. If anyone that's seen one of my sets out live or whatever, I always do that. Like at the end of the night, club night, the last 15 minutes or so, I'm playing all these jams, and I'm always the one to be like, yo, my objective is to get motherfuckers laid.
Yeah.
If you was talking to a shorty all night long, y'all were parlaying and whatever. Listen, at the end of the night, I'm making sure you sealing the deal.
What's your go-to song for the end of the night?
It depends. It depends on the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
He was gonna ask.
It depends on the crowd. If
Not
it's
for
a
me,
young,
I play the same shit.
It's not.
Crowd.
See, if it's an older crowd, you can get into the like the Drew Hills. Mm-hmm. You can even go deeper into like the Teddy P's and the Barry Whites. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a younger crowd, obviously you got to keep it like more LMA or her. You know,
all right, let's see how far we can go. Nice and slow.
Well, I only am with one song.
Oh, what's that?
Lord. Crew Love.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
See, I play Crew Love. I'll play that in the middle of the set. You know what I'm saying?
I've done that before,
you
too.
You get that vibe, the way Weekend coming on that shit. Yeah.
Flows up. Everybody gonna sing that.
Man, the panties drop when that shit, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I had a good time doing that, and these fools were having a blast in the comments with me and doing that shit. But quick mixing. Quick mixing.
I'm pretty sure I saw Jenna try to set people up like, hey, have you met?
Oh, yeah. She definitely was in there.
Oh, she definitely was in there. It was a full mood in there. It was like, hey, have you met so-and-so?
She definitely, and I told her, I keep telling her, so we were doing it, and I was like, yo, don't let the songs ride longer than 90 seconds. Don't let them ride.
Yeah.
And thing is, she's such a person that vibes with a track so much that she'll let that shit go. And I'm like, yo, change the song. She'll be like, oh, damn. She'll change it, and we got kicked off. We got kicked off twice in that whole 3 hours and 3.5 hours that we were on, and it was during her set. Both the times during her set. Man. And I was like, you gotta stop letting the song ride. And she played a Drake track, and I was like, change the song. Change the song. So as she changed it, like 10 seconds into the next song, we got kicked off. And I was like, fuck.
Rell got to play producer around here.
Like, hey, man,
look, guys.
Again,
you don't have to play Drake. You don't have to play Justin Bieber. Like, there's a lot of songs you don't have to play. Again,
have you heard
You
Intentions?
have so many tracks in your
Intentions.
Sorrel. You don't have to play these songs.
But so that's kind of a good segue into this topic. I know I'm probably missing. I'm probably jumping segues, but the mention when I talked about how music is being listened to, being perceived nowadays, being in the situation that we're in, right? Like you're saying, DJs don't have to play Drake. Have you guys, let me ask you guys this question. In the IG lives that you guys have seen and experienced, have you seen anyone doing like a club set, like a top 40 set?
Saw Karma.
Okay.
But Karma goes in and out of old school too, or he did go in and out
Now,
of old school.
when he was doing his set, was he playing a lot of remixes or was he playing a lot of originals and shit?
I don't remember. I just remember it was just a fun club set. So I think he was giving you everything.
But it was more of a Vegas, like made you feel like he was in Vegas.
I think so.
Okay.
It was 2 weeks ago. So
not nothing like your LA Hollywood type situation.
No.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen anybody do that
like
except for maybe Dre Sinatra or like Vision. Yeah. But I didn't stick around long enough to see if they had any issues with that.
Yeah, I've seen Bad do it, but Bad does a good job at not playing like the hits. He's not playing Savage. He's not playing Drake shit.
Right.
Yeah.
He'll play like Key Glock and you know what I mean, like those type of artists that still go off in the club, but obviously you probably won't have issues playing them on these platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eddie's set was very club heavy, like but also more on the high energy.
Like high energy, up tempo.
A lot
of
Latin mixed in there. So
okay.
That's a good question. Like if you play like J Balvin or Bad Bunny, they're not I haven't noticed that either.
That's a great question.
I don't know. Because those are huge artists. And I would imagine you getting kicked off in a heartbeat.
I feel like that was one of the songs Jenna got kicked off on.
What? Because she did do a Latin set, but I can't remember if she what you call it.
You know the song.
That sound like all of them.
No.
Why you look at me like I gotta know what it is?
Definitely don't know that one.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Mike, tell us.
He could have said, come on, Mike, tell us.
Mike, you speak Spanish? What is
this is how you make a taco. You put the meat in the tortilla.
Anyways, yeah.
Wait, where were we? Jesus, we're having too much fun. So, okay, well, IG Live seems to be still the most popular place to do your set.
Yeah. And I think that's just because all your followers are on IG Live.
Everybody seems to have a bigger following.
I'm slowly seeing people go to Twitch.
Yeah.
Worst case, your song gets muted on the replay. That
seems like a pretty good trade-off.
That's fine.
From IG Live.
Yeah, I would do it on Twitch if I went live. And then Mixcloud, you saw someone on Mixcloud. You said there's the person's set. There's nothing wrong with the set. You just didn't like the layout of Mixcloud?
Yeah, no. The set was fine. It was your normal setup, as far as like video goes. But it was tricky because if you're a user a content provider on Mixcloud, the actual stream doesn't even show up on your profile. Okay. And then there's no place for you to direct them. So what was weird for me was this DJ promoted it on his Twitter.
Yeah.
And then when I clicked on it, hoping that it would then open the stream in my Mixcloud app.
Yeah.
No. It opens in Twitter's internet browser.
No.
And then I got to log in to Mixcloud.
Yep.
And then I'm like, okay, well, now how can I watch this?
Yeah.
And then I don't recall a chat room.
Yeah.
And I don't recall seeing if you could see how many viewers there were. There was just a lot missing. Now, given it's still beta.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of things I'm sure they're trying to figure out. But there's just no real way of directing people there. So I think it's too early for them, maybe. But it sounds like they figured out some
I think Mixcloud overall is going to be the place to go. If they get everything right and move in the way like you can be on, it is basically going to take Twitch and IG, which the best of both worlds, and put them together. You know what I mean? And I think it's going to be great because most DJs have a Mixcloud already. Yeah. So they already have somewhat of a following. So it's not, in my personal experience, I didn't want to jump on Twitch just yet because I was like, damn, now I got to ask all my followers, the people that follow me, to come and join on a whole different platform that they don't even have no interest in being on in the first place. It's one thing to ask a DJ to go do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel like a DJ would be like, all right, cool, I'll go check out Twitch. I'll probably use Twitch myself, so it'd be dope to go check it out. But all of our non-DJ friends and fans
could be an inconvenience.
It could be an inconvenience to have them go over there.
Well, it's one thing if you could just not have to log in and watch and interact versus now you got to sign up.
Yeah.
You go through the extra
Yeah.
step, and you got to ask them to follow you. Like, oh, but they can be your follower and your friend. Like, which one do you want to be?
Me to do? Yeah,
oh my God.
I think that's the only downfall about moving over to Twitch. But again, you know, each one comes with its pros and cons. So
different levels.
There may not be a perfect
devils.
place.
No,
Not
but that's
yet.
what I'm saying. Once MixCloud gets their shit together, I think that might be the platform to really take this shit to the next level, and everyone's going to jump ship on that one.
Yeah. I'm also curious to see, and I know this wasn't on our topics list, so curveball, everybody, hold still. Facebook announced that they're testing a way that you can stream and charge to watch the stream, which in my idea, number one, you could generate some revenue as a content provider. And number two, does charging change anything in regards to some money going towards labels to not cut off any music? Because they specifically said that this would benefit creatives and musicians.
Labels will always want to get involved when there's money involved.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's going to be tricky. You know, I was talking to Jason Craig, and he said that he made a good point that he wouldn't be surprised if clubs started when we're back up and running. Clubs start streaming live from their venues, multiple camera angles now. And I told him only a very small handful of clubs can pull that off. And, you know, I will always reference the Grand when we're talking about like top tier venues and what they're capable of doing because in this case, because they have the lighting, they have the visuals, and the club, everything about it is aesthetically pleasing, everything about it. And you get your top DJs in the country or, you know, the Aokis and all those guys. So if you set up multiple, and I think you need a good looking club to get that off. If you don't have the best looking club, I don't think people will be as interested.
I disagree.
Yeah, I think there's a way to finesse that.
Green screen.
Yeah. Let me before.
Wait, you set up a green screen while the DJs are playing, like behind the DJs?
Behind the DJ and to the sides.
But then that green screen is right there while people are live, like actually in the club watching. There's a big.
Oh, you're saying when
people
we're back open.
You're saying people are in the club and they're streaming.
No. When I said when we're back to normal and clubs are up and running, you have your club filled with people.
Got you.
So if the Grand wanted to stream live, like Aoki, you know, watch him live if you can't make it.
Because they can only let
watch
a certain
him
amount
live.
of people inside that physical venue.
Agreed.
So everyone else can just stream it. I see what you're saying.
And let's say they can, you know, get back to their full capacity. If I'm a kid who's an Aoki fan in freaking Oklahoma,
and not old enough to get into,
and I'm not old enough to get in, but I know he's going to be DJing at this club I've never heard of, I'm going to check it out. You know, I mean, I'm not saying these clubs should charge, but it's what's going on now with streaming live could provide clubs to level up and just do bigger and better than what they were doing before.
I think it might get complicated because a lot of these DJs do the same sets.
Yeah.
And so I think it's going to expose their sets in general. And then not only that, but depending on how the stream is treated, the artist is more than likely going to ask for a different rate for those rights.
No, I agree because I played devil's advocate with him. I said, well, what if I feel like this is going to hurt my door, my cover charge? What if I feel like people are going to say, no, let's just stay home, pop some bottles, drink some
go to the
alcohol,
liquor store,
and watch him on my big screen?
Not after the quarantine.
But
Unless you're
maybe not
afraid.
right after. I'm just saying 2-3 years from now, if this is a thing, and you just want to chill at home in your apartment with your friends. I'm just trying to look at it from different angles, the pros and cons of going live. 2016, when I had my second one with Red Food, we showed every single club appearance. We live streamed that. I don't know how well it did, but it made sense for him to pay someone to set up a few cameras and to control that. And then we even got Jason Derulo into it because he asked him what we were doing at some show, and we broke it down to him, and he was like, yo, this is like next level shit. So there's pros and cons to, and he was making money off those streams because the dude was a nerd, so he knew how to get 10 cents per click or whatever it is,
Well,
Yeah,
people that click on. So he knew how
there's
to
also
monetize.
clientele discretion too. You got so and so coming through there doing who knows what.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have no cameras in there streaming.
No, I think it would just be on the
depends.
DJ booth.
It all depends on it depends on a lot, but
Right.
you're probably open to that idea now
sure,
that everyone's doing it. It's
True.
a thing now.
True.
Right.
It's become
possible.
more of a norm.
Let me
Right.
let me ask you about the Facebook thing. When
Yeah.
you said that there's a possibility that I'm charging, are they charging the DJ or they're charging the viewers?
The creator can charge their viewers.
Got you. So
For the
you,
access.
if you're DJing, like
Yeah.
I'm putting a stream together,
Yeah.
you can charge people to view you.
Yeah.
And
That's
then is a percentage of that going to Facebook or whatever? So like what I'm saying is, if you're making money from that, how's Facebook making it? How's the platform making money from it?
well, I'll be
Facebook's your
transparent.
manager. You get 20%.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they're saying we can set it up to where you don't have to worry about getting kicked off. You don't have to worry about copyright infringements. Put up all these take down all these roadblocks that we would normally face with any other platform. And they say we'll do all that for a small fee. We'll allow you to be able to charge your viewers, but we need you not saying like we need 10% of whatever you make. It's just a small fee. Like we need $10 every time you stream.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Bet. Every hour is $10 or some shit like that or whatever. And then you can charge whatever the fuck
Probably
you want to
will,
charge.
and maybe that money can go towards the copyright.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
towards the
Overall,
label.
like, you know what I'm saying? If they
Well,
like,
I'm sure
all right,
any platform, Bandcamp or it's Mixcloud Select, like, in some form for the software or the technology to be provided at quote unquote no cost, other than to the consumer, then I'm sure more than likely there will be some sort of a split set up in the agreement. But I bring it up more so, and obviously like without putting it on a topic thing, but I just remembered on the fly. I bring it up more for everybody to kind of maybe look into it because it also sounds like it could be more of like a YouTube layout where people are just watching and you get paid from the traffic that's being brought to Facebook. It seems like there's two different approaches and they haven't finalized on it, but it is something that they're working on since, again, we're not seeing much of a light at the end of this tunnel, if you will, in regards to when we'll all be outside.
Yeah.
I
I personally wouldn't mind paying a small fee to have no issues when it comes to streaming. You're saying
for sure.
I gotta pay $10, $20.
Yeah, take it out of our MikiDz Show check.
Yeah, right. Well, and I can stream for as long as I want. Shit, here's your $20.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that would be dope. So if anyone knows someone in that realm, in that world, you might pitch that idea.
Well, if Facebook is doing it and they can integrate it with Instagram,
IG,
then it's optimum.
Yeah.
Same company.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much we've invested ourselves into this fucking platform.
Yeah.
And now we're just kind of stuck.
Man, the few people that's benefiting from this whole quarantine thing is social media platforms, bro.
Yeah.
They are killing right now.
Well, and your stay-at-home entertainment, right? Netflix, Hulu.
Oh yeah.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Random stat, but I know. Like,
I don't know, man. I think those platforms, they're not updating their stuff
no new
good
content?
enough, right? Niggas is like, man, I can't find shit on Netflix to watch no more, man. I watched everything. But I mean, that's not what I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying.
He said, I'm not bragging about finishing it, but
I'm not saying I watched everything. I always find something new and interesting to watching all the documentaries and shit. But I've definitely seen some people being like, yo, I've spent the hour on Netflix and I can't find shit to watch.
That's like standing in front of the fridge.
Without the door open.
Looking for something to eat.
My nigga, you not hungry. You not trying to watch TV. Turn it off.
Or you hungry. You just don't want anything in the fridge.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was trying to pull up this stat. I forgot what it was, but Trolls World Tour
Went crazy.
did recorded box office gross. Damn it, I should have pulled this up quicker, but it looks like they made 153 million in gross revenue. Universal received about 77 million of that.
What were they? What are movie projections? Like something like that?
Well,
What if
Bro,
in theaters?
opening box office, that's like That's still really good. If
Yeah.
you do 100 million,
What they
Yeah,
said
that's
is
really good. Yeah.
the opening week of that digitally, they did something like more than what they did in the first 5 months when it released in theater.
Yeah, that,
Of the first video.
it surpassed
That's crazy.
what they originally assumed that it was going to do when
Okay.
they thought it was going to release
That's
in
a
Chicago.
plus.
I'm victims. I saw it when the weekend it was open. Wifey loves Disney DreamWorks shit. So whenever anything like that animated comes on,
Was she like a Trolls
she
girl
like this,
back in the day?
She anything you name it, we watching.
Justin Timberlake's in it. So hey,
Well, that's a selling point.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Justin Timberlake's in it.
We get too deep
it's a lot of
into this.
singing.
I'm just curious. I mean, did
No,
you ever
I
collect
mean,
Pogs?
It's-
Anybody Pogs?
I love that shit.
Did you have Pogs?
Oh yeah, big.
Man, we collect them shit like
the
crazy.
homie, not the homie, but this random kid blocks away was
homie.
making slammers.
Oh, he stole a slammer or
I
something.
pulled up to a kid's
Because he went
backyard.
from homie to like some random kid.
No, I pulled up to this kid's backyard and he was just, and a friend of a
Cheated
friend
you.
told me, and he was just like, yeah, come to the back. I was like, you don't have it? He's like, no, I'm gonna make it real quick. He like had the steel cutter. He had he smoothing it out. I was like, holy
Definitely
shit.
Hispanic.
Damn, we need to bring.
I forgot how
back.
much I gave him, but I was like, man, this kid's making money.
Making the King Pog
Yeah,
slammer.
slammer,
Pogs was
dude.
lit. Pogs was
Wow.
Pokemon cards?
No, never.
I didn't get into Pokemon cards like that. Like
I was trying to see where the
Pogs.
cutoff went.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Sean, you're
I
young enough.
was young enough
Sean
for
is
that,
young
for
enough for
sure.
Pokemon
Yeah.
cards. We won't judge
I
him.
fought over a Pokemon card, so you know what time it is.
Which one?
The Charizard.
Charizard hologram? Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
I heard that joint's going for like $500.
Right now,
Yeah.
I believe
All that
it.
stuff is worth it.
hold on to it.
Anyway,
Probably be
before
more.
we run off the topics,
start talking about fucking Pokemon and shit.
about to look up all them cards. See if I got any in the
Oh, yeah,
tuck.
check out my Iverson cards. Let me know how much those are worth.
I wonder if they still got Beckett's. You remember those?
They gotta exist digitally. They gotta exist online. Yeah,
Like an
Oh, what?
online.
Beckett's, where you look up how much your card was worth. Your cards are worth.
Oh.
Well, StockX, they do baseball cards now.
Oh shit.
That like
Their stock dropped. That's what they need to change their name to. Stock drop.
stock drop. Are you mad over the 3% fee?
Fucking, that's the dumbest shit of all time.
No, God bless them.
Oh, I mean, for you, yeah. Right? Shit. Mickey's like, how's his business? Booming.
Sensational.
Booming. Sensational.
Oh my
Man.
God. Anyway,
Anyways, fuck those dudes, man.
Rel, you sound like you need a drink.
Shit, I would love one right now, man. Man,
You know what?
Jesus Christ.
You sound like you need some sort of bottle service delivered to you during your live set while you are live. How would you feel?
That's how we're segregating.
How would
I
you
like
feel
it.
if you had bottle service and tacos delivered to you during your live set?
How much is it costing me?
Mickey, you got some numbers for us?
Y'all thought this was an advertisement.
It sounded like a terrible start to an
Yo, you sound like you need a drink.
Kevin needs to hire you for that shit, bro.
for being terrible at advertising.
Because they're gonna be like, it was so bad.
So
I need
bad,
to
it was
engage.
good. I was
So bad it was good.
No, shout out to our family in San Diego. G-Bod, they run El Chingon.
Yep.
And
In San Diego, for those who
in
don't know.
San Diego, El Chingon. And their slogan is badass Mexican. And it's so funny because
Damn.
as I was just scrolling through the gram the other day, I brought up to the fellas that they have a creative approach to this quarantine. And they're party goers. They're offering bottle service to your door. And so the packages, and they all come, so I don't have to repeat this, but they all come with 8 tacos, your choice of carne asada, pollo
Sold on
asado,
that.
al pastor, carnitas, shrimp, or veggie. And it also comes with badass fries with a protein on it.
Man, them fries is fling.
So 8 tacos and some fries. What is that, like $2 a taco, $3 a taco, $25?
Call it 25.
And then plus 15 for the fries, right? From like a restaurant.
Just
So
call it even 50.
let's call it 50, right? We'll round up a little bit.
Sure.
And so
'Cause you
the
add the
biggest,
tax and tip.
the most expensive package for your baller comes with your choice of 16-ounce mixers, 2 of them, a 6-pack of Red Bulls, and your choice of a Magnum Belvedere vodka.
That's Magnum with an M.
Or Don Julio 1942.
Mm-hmm.
And that's $300. But if you'd like it delivered, it'd be $400 plus 25% tip.
And not only just delivered, but there'll be bottle girls involved.
Yes.
In the delivery.
Yes, I confirm that.
Yeah. Well, there's a video of it. There's like 3 bottle girls, and they got masks on, and
Yep.
they're in your living room doing the presentation.
Yeah. Well, yep. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And
What are they wearing?
They're in their presentation outfits.
I don't know how comfortable
Bikinis
I
and
am
shit.
about these. I was about to call them hoes, but call them hoes.
You meant that in a good way.
You meant that in a good way.
Respectable
I'm only
ladies.
calling you hoes because I don't know you by your first name. these women.
Say
Right.
it as a term of endearment.
Yeah. I don't know how comfortable I am about these women who I don't know or where they've been or what they go about their day in my room. But I get the presentation
Yeah.
makes sense, and they wanted to treat it like as if you were at the club. So
Yeah. And it keeps the money flowing to
Absolutely,
the
absolutely.
the women who probably, some of them don't have jobs outside
true,
of this.
true.
So
I think it's a great way for them to make some change. You know what I mean? In this time that we are in.
And the markup's not terrible. I mean, for a bottle of 42,
$42 for $300 or $400?
Yeah.
You ain't
Yeah.
gonna never get that.
typically,
and tacos.
right. Well, damn, now I'm hungry.
Yo, they need to do the margaritas.
Margaritas.
Those margaritas
by the
they make
leader.
us?
Man.
Margaritas by
Lita.
the margaritas.
Those
are fire,
margaritas
though.
they be doing? Oh man,
Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, bottle 42, typical standard nightclub. I mean, LA, you're talking
Average.
$1,000 is
Easy.
probably the average.
Minimum.
Yeah, right. That on average, anywhere else, I've never seen any of them under $650 plus, before tax and tip.
Yeah.
So then it's not terrible. And it's, retail $150, $125 after.
Look, I think it'll work because people, I think for the last 6 weeks or so, been doing the same thing over.
Right.
I think they're trying to find something new, and if it costs a little bit extra to have a different experience in their own house, why not?
Yeah, and there's levels. Sorry to cut you off, Rell. There's 2 other levels still, where it's, and we'll just do the delivery version, right?
Stimulus check package.
I'm sick. You get all the levels. Somehow this adds up to $1,200 after tax and tip. So the top level is $400 delivered, plus your service fee. $300 is the one below that, and then there's a $225 one.
What changes? Just the type of bottle you can
the
get?
quality of alcohol.
Got you.
Yeah. So
like the 200, you getting like some Sky vodka type shit.
um,
Or were they doing like Grey Goose?
we'll never get that Sky brand ambassador deal now.
Well, just end it right here.
It's goat vodka. Shit.
I'm not gonna say anything because you never know. You just never know, man.
And
I mean, I don't drink vodka in general, so
Mi Campo tequila.
that's not bad.
You've had it.
I've had it.
Oh.
I've had a shot or 2 of it.
You need better friends.
I do. I do. You are right.
Hey, you know what kind of shots I buy you.
Listen, man. I appreciate the friends that I have that I really appreciate. They know that I appreciate them.
Anyway,
It's not about being rich.
if you're in San Diego, feel free to check it out. Could be a fun thing. And San Diego's kind of overall like a tight knit kind of community that goes out. So,
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
it seems like I'm sure.
I think it would be a dope idea.
Well, they have a lot of condos and apartments around the gas.
Yeah,
lamp,
exactly.
So that'll be convenient for them.
I can
for sure.
imagine people who are roommates and shit like that. That'll be like a little dope. Like you got a couple of roommates or whatever.
Yeah.
Their girlfriends. I'm like, cool. We got 4 or 5 people in here. Let's pop some bottles tonight.
Yeah, why
let's
not?
put an IG live on stream on and let's pop some bottles.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I lived in San Diego, if we lived in San Diego,
we do it.
I would hit all you up.
Yep.
Not Joe, but I'd hit all of them.
No, Joe
Hey,
gotta
I
be
pull
there.
up for the tacos.
No, I
Put in for the tacos.
You said,
How much?
Joe
how
be
much
like,
I need for
hey
the tacos?
yo, I had 2 tacos.
How much for
Was
the
that
2
$7?
tacos?
Was that $7 plus
$7?
tip? That's tip, right?
Nah,
And
bro.
tax?
It was $100 easy.
Inflation, homie.
It's $100
You
easy.
see what those women are wearing? Come on, man. Extra for the bikini. Come on.
They got bills to pay.
fee, bro. But if I lived in San Diego,
Just to sit here, you gotta
you
pay.
damn well know Taco Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo. I'm hitting y'all up to come over to the crib.
Easy.
And quietly close friends only posting that we broke social distancing for the day. To eat some tacos and drink tequila.
And I'm off. I'm for it.
So that's for sure gonna happen.
Man, I miss some fucking tacos.
Speaking of also like San Diego, that we all kind of go down there. I saw an interesting tweet this past week, and it was something along the lines of a booker that felt some type of way, and maybe that is or isn't the best way to say it, but that felt some type of way of DJs not checking in on him or her in regards to what's going on. And I found it interesting, and I thought I'd bring it up to you guys because we're all busy doing our thing, trying to be creative in our own ways besides sitting in front of a couple mics and staying busy. That I was like, damn, like, is this the time to be like on top of a booker when there's no work, or is it the friendly check-in? Like, what is it? And then how are you guys checking in with your friends and family? Is that like a daily thing? What's part of the process? Because I'm curious, because sometimes I'm very consumed in my own, like, what I think is my world or work. And I admitted this to a family member where it's like, look, I'm terrible at initiating conversation unless it's something that needs to get done. I'm great at replying. I will reply to you in half a second. So, if I don't reply, either two things are happening. Like, really not by my phone, or I really don't want to answer.
Noted.
Yeah. So
never had a problem in that department.
I mean, me neither. I'm just saying, moving forward, noted.
For the rest of you peasants, know where you stand.
Danger gets some elite replying. So does Rell.
That's hard. Pause. I think it depends on the relationship. You know what I mean, between those two people. Because if you're a booker,
right,
and you're making that comment, like you were so willingly to be, buddy when it was time for me to book shit, and now shit is not getting booked, and I don't ever hear from you.
Right.
But that's not fair to say, because we don't know what that person is experiencing or what they're going through or how this affected them. And why they're not reaching out for you. And if it's only a business relationship, why would you expect them to reach out to you? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If it's a personal ship, if it's a personal relationship that you guys have and you guys just happen to do business together as well, then that's another thing. Yeah. Then like, yo, bro, I know your mama. Yeah. Why you haven't reached out to me yet? Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that, I think that's one thing. So that's kind of hard. Pause again.
I think I'd have to put myself in the booker's shoes. If I'm a booker, do I want 30 DJs reaching out to check in on me? I wouldn't, because I don't want to have the same convo of, shit's crazy, man. It's like, oh man, I don't know when this is going to end. So it's like, but I would appreciate like he's trying or she's trying. They're making an effort. Maybe something can come up in the convo. Like, I get it, but I personally wouldn't want or need all that attention from people that I just have a business relationship with. When this is all said and done, if I felt that you were great before this happened, I would go directly back to you and say, yo, we're back up and running. Let's get you locked in.
Exactly.
But I would take note of who's trying to reach out and who's trying, maybe it may feel awkward, but you're trying and you're trying to grow. And I get it. At the end of the day, it's a business. You're still networking. So I think it just depends on your relationships, like Rell said.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, in some ways, I think it's a little selfish to say a statement like that. Like, oh, like, where was that attention at when, all this was going on and I couldn't provide for you, like, some sort of income, right? But I also think it gets tricky because I'm sure, bookers already are getting hit up in general. Pandemic or not, they're getting hit up on some like nonchalant, hey, hope you're well. Hey, hope things are good.
Yeah, how do you even know if that's even genuine anymore?
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, bookers are people of, let's just call it leverage. Yeah. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what it is. People with leverage already have some sort of a radar of people that are going to try and become buddy for whatever reason, right? Our radar is on maybe because they want to guest spot on our mix show.
Yeah.
My radar is on because they probably want a discount on some shoes or a Supreme bag.
Hey, we don't even get discounts on shoes and wear, so it ain't happening. Nope. Yeah, I mean, unless you can offer Miki more than what we offer him.
What? First of
hey,
all,
listen.
For the sake of the show, I'm going to agree. Nobody gets a discount. The show is done. We're going to have a discussion.
Safe answer.
But like, you also have to factor in you have to factor in that it's Twitter, so random shit just gets thrown out, and then you also have to think about whoever tweeted this. Where was their head in this moment? Were they in a vulnerable state? Were they in a state of attention? Right. Like you, whoever is saying it, you just have to factor in what they're going through at the time. Doesn't mean that a lot of bookers aren't thinking this. Yeah. But I don't think bookers at the end of the day want 30 DJs hitting them up, checking in on them, which is like a part of the reason why I don't check in on too many family members. I just don't need to talk to a lot of family members about what's going on. Like, I know what's going on. I get it. Like, we don't need to have a conversation about how fucked up the world is.
No, I disagree with you on the family one. I disagrry. You checking with your family.
I was just getting ready to see.
No, not all.
I hear what you say. I hear what you're saying.
I'm not gonna check on my second cousin from Bumfuck Egypt.
I'm saying family members that you obviously have like a relationship with. Like if you like, listen, I only see this one cousin once a year. Then you are. Yeah, I think it's a quick, yo, hope you well. Keep it moving. You know what I mean? Not like, how are things? How are you affected by this? We all affected the same way, bro.
But see, here's the thing right now. People are looking for some sort of human interaction. So they are down to talk to you about
absolutely.
The hottest topic right now. And the hottest topic is Corona. So they are down to have a 30-minute conversation with you on Corona. I'm trying to avoid that.
Listen,
like, I see you look healthy. Your skin looks good. You're breathing. Like, I see you on Facebook because that's where most of the family is, because older people are on Facebook. You look great.
The older people on Facebook.
I can leave a comment. Yo, looking good. Happy birthday. You know, whatever. Keep it moving.
Is that how you know your family member's birthday is by Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Same here.
Everybody's
I'm not going to even lie. Yeah.
Same here.
Notifications,
shit,
bro.
Half of my friends out there, that's how I know your birthday is. I don't even be on Facebook. Man, I go on Facebook, look, whose birthday is it today? Oh, yo, happy birthday. And
how about that?
Listen, I'm going to tell you how much more I'm an asshole. And I'll take that asshole quote today. Okay. I'll send them a personal text message. I ain't texted them in years. And I'll text them just so I don't be the one to text them, send them a message on Facebook. You know how everyone sends it on
I don't
Facebook?
think there's anything wrong with texting on the social media platform. But I think there's more to it when you pull them aside on the text message, right?
Say, hey, man, happy birthday.
I'm not saying you're more real if you do a text, because just the offering is generous, right. But when you text through iMessage, I think there's more to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that I wouldn't even have known it was your birthday if it wasn't for Facebook.
Yeah. I mean, I'll know a birthday and I'll still double check. Like, it's just like, yo, hold on.
See, some people do be putting false birthdays on there.
Try to celebrate as much as you can, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm about to
put
my birthday
life
up there.
These days.
I'm about to put my birthday on there 3 times every year.
Look, you guys all had pandemic birthdays?
Nah, I got mine right before this hit. Yup, the weekend right before this all started. Shit. So I was thankful. I'm sorry, brothers.
We're coming in hot on mine, so we'll see. Hopefully we'll get.
We might be able to do something when yours comes around.
I don't know,
because you're the end of May, so we'll see.
Flatten the curve, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
You guys feel like 2020 is taking forever?
Look, and I'll say this like I said it before we started this podcast. 2020 was the album we all hyped up, and it flopped.
It had a really good rollout.
Really good rollout.
It probably had a great single.
Marketing was great. Yeah. It was going to be everybody's album.
It was everyone's year.
It was everybody's year.
Had everybody's attention.
You motherfuckers claimed it.
2020? A new decade? Oh, bro, let's go.
Everyone had predictions on this being the album.
Man, this shit kicked everybody in their nuts.
Man,
fuck
I drove
you.
Cross country in a 16-foot truck. So, yeah, I definitely thought 2020 was going to be
moved from Virginia to LA.
Big moves, baby.
This is my move, baby. We moving to LA. He brought his fiance out
We
here.
moved into the house. That's what we did.
And been stuck there. She hasn't even been. Y'all been in LA for what? 2 months now?
Yeah.
3 months?
Yeah.
She hasn't even been really to enjoy LA.
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
She will. But you know what though? You guys, one of you two said there's no light at the end of this tunnel. I do, maybe not a light, but I do feel like we're on the downward of this. True, we don't know when things are going to open.
Yep.
That's probably fall or even winter. But I do feel like we're on the downward of this, whatever that just the feeling in the air is just like, okay, where everyone's doing what they're supposed to, or most people are supposed to do. They're staying in, quarantining, all that. So I think sooner or later, as long as we don't get anxious as we get to the finish line and start. I saw more cars on the road today driving up here. Like this is more cars than last week when we recorded.
For sure.
So people are definitely getting itchy and wanting to get out.
I think it's the weather.
Well, that's the thing though too, is like I don't think it's so much that it's a downward in regards to where we're at, because who really even knows that, right? Who has that data? Who has that information? I don't know. I definitely agree with you though that like there is this sort of sentiment or this feeling in the air that, and specifically the younger demographic is starting to get off the pedal a little bit in regards to just their, how they're approaching these things. Like, are you wearing a mask as much as you were the last couple of weeks?
Yeah.
Probably not. Like, I'm in the gym more. Like, I'm running outdoors. I never wear a mask when I'm running, but I am conscious of never being close to somebody.
You're gonna pass out if you run with a mask on.
Bro, I tried it once. I was like, dog, I don't know if this is the mask, my breath, or just the air, but like,
I think it's going to be.
Pass out.
I think it's going to be extremely hard because summer is approaching.
Yeah,
it's going to be extremely hard to keep people indoors.
Right. Yeah,
we already at least in LA, mayor sent out a mass email being like, I know it's tempting because we've already experienced a week of like 90-degree weather, and everybody is at the beach. Everyone's at the park.
Hold on. Orange County was at the beach.
LA was at the beach, bro.
Really?
LA was at the beach.
You motherfuckers fucked this up.
LA's at the beach. I happened to make a stop. I had to, go past Griffith Park. I had to go past Griffith Park. The park was packed.
That's not good.
People sitting outside on there. Now, granted, people were 6 feet away from each other from what it seemed like from my vehicle driving by. It seemed like people were 6 feet away from it, but it was packed.
You just got to do it responsibly.
Yeah.
If you go to the beach,
and again, I'm just like,
6-10 feet.
Can you imagine like sitting on your couch at home and it's you got the AC blasting and it's beautiful outside?
That's the issue. No one wants to pay that AC
bill.
No
one's trying to pay that AC bill.
Yeah, so you're going to step out. You're going to do
listen, I'm
something.
going to go outside. But, I think it's going to be hard. It's going to be extremely hard. No matter what city you are, it's a summer. It's nice everywhere.
Summer in LA, nobody wants to be inside.
Or you could just go to Atlanta because they open.
Are they?
I think so.
I think Arizona's open too.
Arizona's definitely open.
Based on my friends, they're open.
Yeah. Arizona, I
guess
think.
who I'm not hanging out with when y'all get back to LA.
Exactly.
You motherfucker.
Yeah. Stay your ass far away from me. But no.
Damn, Corona got me tested every 2 minutes here.
But their numbers are less than Arizona. Whatever. I don't know. We're not getting into that shit.
Look, I'm not gonna put out names, but there's some DJs that are getting canceled because they're talking too much about Corona, and we're not about to be those guys. So, be safe. Yes. Hope all your families are good. Make sure to take precautions. And
moving on.
Anybody with kids, stay sane. We love y'all. Man. Hold it down for us.
Shout out to baby mama, cause
right.
Man, I had to do I don't know if you guys seen this yet, but my brother-in-law's birthday was yesterday, and we did one of those like parade in your car, kind of like, hey, everyone wave signs out the window and shit like that. And I let it, because my sister was like, can you play the music? And I was playing like Stevie Wonder's Happy Birthday and just blasting music. And we drove by down the street. We pulled up to the curb, Happy Birthday, and peeled off. Now,
keep it moving.
Hold on, real quick. Minus, if you take away the Stevie Wonder, that's like top three whitest things Rell's ever done.
No. You're not hearing me.
No. I know what's about to happen after this when you explain it.
I hear what you're saying. So let me give you more details. I did not have a sign. I didn't have anything.
Right.
Like, yeah, everyone behind me, they all had signs.
Okay,
I was the one playing the music. It was the most ignorant, proudest moment of my life. Who gets to drive down a white neighborhood like that, blasting music, honking their horn, in just the most ignorant way like possible, and not get the cops called on them?
Yeah.
Like, that was crazy. And it was just dun, 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 and blasting music and stuff like that. It was cool. And you know, he was extremely appreciative of, you know, the gesture and everyone being able to do it. And
dope.
But it sucked. I'm like, yo, bro, I can't even come give you a hug for your birthday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy, man. Like, everyone had to toss his gift out the window.
Like you're trying to get rid of weapons being pulled over.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Good hands.
Get your baseball mitt.
Throw it in the net. Throw it in like a fishing net.
But yeah, like that's the new norm. I've seen it a couple times, so it's my first time experience, like actually being a part of one.
It's so funny you say that. Burbank is a pretty
White.
yeah.
It's okay,
Neighborhood.
Joe's here. We know.
Yeah, Joe's here.
Here.
Thanks. All right, thanks for through the lob.
Yep.
Anyway, I saw a little parade happen here, and I was just thinking. I remember seeing the first time seeing that, and I can only think like I had just seen a friend that couldn't even hug her mom for her birthday, and then there's people doing this parade thing, trying to respect it, but then they get out the car and go give a hug. And I was just like, man, there's just two different people out in this world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I mean, there's a bunch of different kind of people out in this world, but there's so many different approaches to it. Like,
Yeah, it's hard, man. Pause. I keep saying it's tough.
I mean, I don't think hard is possible.
I'm
It should be possible.
Yeah, 4 grown men, and you keep saying it's hard.
I mean, if you're wearing gray pants, I get
Look,
it.
I've been
Tough.
trying to get rid of pause altogether, but y'all can keep debating that.
Come on, man.
Waste our
Yeah,
time with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
He said, waste our time.
Or it's
Speaking of
funny, Joseph.
Whatever you guys want.
Joe's just trying to overlook it. Just how the Pentagon wanted us to overlook that they released the UFO.
Transition.
Huh? So what's
There you go,
smoother
Joe
than
on the
that?
pads.
Give me a round of applause. Thank you, baby. Anyway, y'all believe in UFOs?
Yeah, I think we'd
yeah.
be too selfish to think we're the only people
We
that
only
exist.
people in the world that exist in this universe.
In this universe, like
And if that's the case, that's fucking sad.
I mean, Independence Day changed my life. So
It's
if
all,
you're not a believer after that.
it's all a hoax.
Hey,
It's,
Netflix.
Will
Bob
Smith would
Lazar.
never lie.
I think it's just something for everyone. Like Joe was saying, people are probably tired of talking about this shit, so it's just something for them to take everyone's attention off of this for a little bit.
There is a lot of crazy shit. I mean, it's funny because the whole headline of this is like, 2020 is so crazy that when the Pentagon released or admitted to UFO sightings, it literally it's not even like close to a top 10 headline.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's so much other shit that, especially in the music world, where like people are just like trying to reach for some sort of attention.
Well, I think even if we were just living normal lives without Corona, I don't know if this definitely wouldn't be a top 5, but I don't know if this would be a top 10 because there's so much going on in the world regardless. And we've been saying, or a lot of people have been saying, they've existed. Now, if this was the 90s and you came out with this,
right?
Sure, this would flip everybody's head because it was, you had limited things to talk about and, news access and whatnot. But yeah, even if, there was no Corona, I think people would still be like, oh, finally, they admitted. Okay, keep it moving.
I think we need another ET movie. We need like another friendly alien movie.
I'm telling you.
Everything since then has really been downfall. Or do you think
For
they
a
just...
reason.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. Moving on.
Listen, give it a month. They're going to be like, oh, we saw Bigfoot.
You didn't like E.T., Sean?
Nah, it wasn't my bag. It was not my bag.
I think he was too
I'm
young.
more on
Too
the Back to the Future.
I was
yeah.
too young. for
I
ET.
loved E.T.
Really?
I loved E.T.
I think of Reese's Pieces. I think of E.T.
I love Reese's Pieces.
Just thinking about the record box and the red hoodie. Or the crate.
Great, yeah.
Dig in your crates.
Yep.
Danger, you saw an interesting headline.
Yeah, Nelly said if he was from New York, he'd be a top 5 rapper. And because New York media makes mediocre into good, good into great, great into iconic. And he said he was the only platinum selling artist of his era outside of
Biggie.
Eminem.
He said he made the diamond
Diamond
comment about Biggie.
Yeah. And he said because people don't pay attention to country rappers or just what's going on in the country in general.
Yeah.
And, Nelly obviously, was the biggest selling artist of the 2000s and still wasn't revered as the best rapper because there was always Jay-Z and then Lil Wayne and, then whatever. Then, 50 had his moment as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it'd be interesting to dive in and, do we agree with Nelly saying that if he was from New York, he would be an iconic rapper?
Does his style change because he's from New York? Is that the approach? That's
a good question.
That was my question in regards to, because if he's looking for the praise on his like work ethic, his approach, different things like that, and then his style is from New York, I'm curious to know if that's what he meant. And but if we're saying like he still puts out the same style of records or his approach into the pop world and his reach into the, you could argue that maybe he wouldn't even have country hits if he was from New York.
Yeah.
Or he'd ever get to that side.
Exactly. He kind of goes against. I feel like he kind of goes against his argument by saying that because you're an artist from quote unquote the country, and look what you were able to accomplish. You were able to accomplish with most
diamond
cats,
in the rough.
Exactly. Most cats from New York or from LA, from the South, weren't able to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? And
that's probably what made him so marketable.
Right.
Was because of that different sound. It's like, all right, we got all these. Who was killing it at the time? Def Jam was killing at the time. So they had all those guys. Well, when Nelly was out. Let's just say at the early 2000s.
Yeah. So
Def Jam was on a tear and they're all from New York,
everyone
right?
From South was going crazy. The South was going crazy, I think, around that time.
2000? That was like the up and coming of
like Yin Yang, yeah.
Felly, I think around that time, Felly Fell just came
South.
to Power 106 and he brought Lil Jon and all that.
Yeah,
all that
Yin Yang Twins were going crazy.
But I don't think the South was there yet. That's why I'm saying it was still like you had the Chronic 2001, you had that little movement, and then you had your New York guys.
Yeah.
So I think it was just something different. A city, a sound, let's just call it a sound, will only last so many years before the world is ready for something different.
Yeah.
So that's why it was always back and forth, East and West. Whether it was a rapper that changed it or just a sound evolving. That's why I think Nelly, I don't know if he would have done any better because everything was different about him. And then it's like, he's marketable. Then that's without Nelly, you don't get Chingy, right?
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? And not that too much came after Nelly from that area, but people, you can't tell me labels weren't looking for the next Nelly.
Yeah, absolutely.
They weren't searching those cities.
You could arguably say that he was probably the first of his kind in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, I know you had like the Goody Mobs and the Phil Mobs and like, those people from the South and stuff like that kind of similar, but they more came from like the Outkast, era or whatever. But I think Nelly, he was in his own lane. Like, why say that if you were in someone else's lane, you would have been recognized more than what you've already accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Because you can say, there's people who are born and raised in New York who don't think anything of someone like Jay-Z or Biggie. And the same thing with LA. They like, Tupac was whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they'll bring up your name in the top 5. Nelly, top 5 of what he was able to accomplish. And I think his album was the 8th hip-hop album to ever go diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
Yeah.
And that album came out in what year?
That was 2000.
2001?
Country Grammar was 2000.
Country Grammar,
I was
yeah.
a junior.
2000.
I mean, granted, his album didn't go diamond, I don't think, until like...
Regardless, I mean, nothing goes diamond off the bat.
that fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, Biggie's album didn't go diamond until after he had passed away and years later. But what I'm saying is, you're the 8th hip-hop album artist to have an album go diamond.
Right.
Since hip hop was created and started back in like the 70s and shit. What are you talking about?
I don't
if
think
he
he
was
gets
from
the
New York,
same love in New York. And he would if he would have been from New York, like Nelly was I can't think of anyone else, but the first rapper to like sing while rapping and put tones into hitting different keys while he's rapping. I don't know if that flies in New York. You know what I mean? I don't know if that flies if you're from New York and you're not just spitting bars as opposed to singing while you're rapping. So you got this country dude who's got his own style, his own thing that no one else has done. So that's probably why Fetty Wap, not to go left, but that's probably why Fetty Wap has so much success with his singles. And I don't know if that album did well, but that's why he was so different. And that's why he had that moment.
Right.
But I think Fetty Wap didn't prosper after that because he didn't evolve. It was the same shit.
Right.
And whereas Nelly evolved.
Yeah.
And then he also evolved by working with country and working with different genres, you know?
Yeah. Crossed over.
I think Nelly, if Nelly was a New York artist, he would have got overshadowed.
He would have been clowned. And then we'd be talking about him now, how he was revolutionary.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have gotten his respect.
I think he would have got overshadowed. Because think about it, at the time he came out and who was out in New York at that time. Yeah. You got Jay-Z, who's still relevant. You got Fabulous.
Was still doing
you got Method Man and Redman were together already at that point. You know what I mean? Putting out the Black album. The Blackout
Country
album.
Grammar was like one of the top records. So was Big Pimpin'. Exact same time.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You know, you
Same time as what?
Same time as Big Pimpin'.
And Eminem.
Wait, Country Grammar?
Country Grammar and Big Pimpin' was around at the same time.
Big Pimpin' was
and think about it, Big Pimpin' had UGK and Pimp C on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Bun B and the whole UGK on it.
Well, 2000, just for the record, because I pulled it up, Outkast was at the time.
Yep.
Biggest record was Miss Jackson and Bombs Over Baghdad.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Eminem with Real Slim Shady and Stan.
The second album.
And then Country Grammar, the single was like number 4, like I think of the year. But then you got your MOP, Aaliyah, Ludacris, Yin Yang Twins, Carl Thomas.
The South was on fire that year. That's what I'm saying. Like the South was on fire.
Mystical.
Ludacris was Def Jam. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, he was. At that time he was. Yeah.
504 Boys, Black Rob. Yeah.
All right,
so think about it. You just named 10 artists, right?
Yep.
Just about 10. How many of them were from New York? How many of them were the East Coast?
From the East Coast?
Yeah.
Black Rob?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shine?
That's 2.
Sorry, I didn't name him earlier.
Shine had a song, 2 songs.
2 songs.
2 songs. Jay-Z was
I'm surprised Fabulous is not in that list around that time. I think Fabulous was more like 2003, actually. 2002, 2003.
3.
Yeah.
MOP?
MOP, yeah, you're right. They're from Brooklyn.
That's it.
So it was 4, right?
It was like, 4
yeah.
or 5.
So majority of the list, you have people from the South.
Yeah, who's Done Again?
Who?
Done Again? Oh, never mind. I don't know. Supposedly the song was in the top. Oh, it was Ride With Me. Sorry. It's just a different version. It was still Nelly. Yeah, man, Nelly was killing it.
Yeah. Nelly was killing it, and he's wrong.
Right.
But I get what he's getting at. It's just, I think he's diamond in the rough, man. Marketable.
And he's got to understand, because he's comparing himself to Big. He's like, anyone coming from New York. He said, because he made the comment saying Big
That's true.
was the only person that from New York that had a diamond album, pretty much. And he's agreeing.
That's fair.
Look at the era that Biggie was in.
So is he feeling like, I'm asking us, but obviously he'd be the one to answer this, but like, is he just looking at it that Biggie's so iconic in everybody's eyes, and rightfully so, that he's not looked at the same light? And I guess you could ask the question, is it because of Biggie's death?
Listen, I agree with you 100%. I think so.
Yeah.
And obviously don't wish this upon Nelly, customer of the store, slight shout out. But like, if he passed away, is he looked at going to be given the same iconic light?
If
like,
he passed away
not
after
Biggie's iconic light,
all his
but
hits, that's how this world works.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just how it works.
If he does it in his prime, like it happened to Pac, like it happened to Biggie, absolutely 100%.
Yeah.
In his prime.
fucked up.
It is. They
Because
love you more when you're not here.
You don't know you can just imagine what they're capable of doing if they didn't pass. Oh, he could have done backflips. Like you know, Biggie and Pac could have fell off. They could have cashed in and be like, you know what, I'm good on this hip hop.
That
shit.
following year they could have. You know, you never know. No one ever knows.
Yeah. Nelly, you're one of the greats.
Yeah, man. Just make music, man.
Yeah. Don't worry about
Or go invest in other artists.
He probably only said that because of the whole ASAP Rocky and Air Force Ones thing. So he's just like, let me just say something New York and then throw my name in it.
Yeah, that whole Rocky thing. He needs
He was
to
wilding.
just take that.
Come on,
somewhere
fam.
else.
What did Rocky say?
Oh God.
He said he made Air Force Ones hype again.
Oh, I did see where I was like, this nigga's crazy.
Yeah, like, nah, bro.
You crazy.
that.
First of all,
Or not.
I know in New York, they got it
We're here.
Uptown's faded out for a while until the 2000 when Jay-Z made H to the Izzo.
Right.
And he stepped out the Maybach with he had the all white tee on, the blue jeans, and he had the Air Force Ones on. When he came out with that video, Air Forces took off.
Yeah.
Everybody in their mama had them after that shit. So that's my opinion. I'm gonna say Jay resurfaced them. They were always a huge.
Did it in New York?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it happened way before that, and then it became that phase. You know what I'm saying? It became that phase. But even at that time, Chucks were huge things because Chuck Taylors weren't huge in New York. But I remember everybody named Mama wearing Chucks around that time. And I'm like, why is everybody wearing Chucks all of a sudden? Like y'all from LA or some shit like that. But whatever. You know what I mean? Rocky's he's entitled to feel the way he wants to feel, and if he feels like he put forces on the map, back on the map. Did he say back on the map or on the map?
He said he made them hype or something like along the lines.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, chill.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking about grades,
fashion icon.
4 years ago, an album dropped by the one and only DJcity, who we just spoke about last week.
Drake.
4-year anniversary of Views. And what a time, because he's dropping an album tonight. Not like when you're listening to this, but like he already dropped
When
it.
you listen to this, you would have heard the album already.
You might have heard the album
A number of times.
Multiple times.
So I guess 2-part question: how you guys feel about Views and how it's aged, and then 2, a rollout with no rollout album, or is it an album?
No, he rolled it out.
It's Drake.
He rolled it out.
It's Drake. He did it quietly this time.
He rolled it out.
He slid it out.
He rolled it out.
Slid it.
Nah, I think
Pause that, Joe. You want to pause that one?
I think he did it. I think it was more quiet than his previous projects.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like than anything. He's usually loud. Like the world is usually talking about Drake.
Well, Pusha T shut him up the last time.
Yeah, I mean, true. Pusha
didn't shut him up, even though us fans like to think that. Drake just like, I don't want to play anymore.
Because he got bullied.
Drake did. I don't want to play
anymore. He got bullied.
He said
That's not being shut up.
He got bullied.
I agree with you, but Drake fans will say, nah, he just didn't want to play anymore. He's good. Like, it's stupid. He took it to the wrong place.
He said he got the kill track. It's out there. He got it. One day we may hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too late now. What's the
One
point?
day we may not care.
Nah, I want to hear it.
He should have put it out when he had the opportunity to. You got the kill
either way,
track.
we know he didn't write it. So
Shit. Yeah. You stupid.
Look,
anyways,
MikiWAR said that his.
Were you done?
No, go ahead.
I see. The question that comes in my head when you're bringing this up is, does Drake have a classic album? Arguably, Take Care, right?
No.
What's
nothing was the same.
No, arguably nothing was the same, right? So what I don't understand is, how does this dude not have classic album after classic album with because he is talented, because he does work with the best producers. What is he missing to where he doesn't have a hands down classic album, whether it's R&B, hip hop, the combination of both? That's where my hang up is with Drake. Like, arguably the biggest artist ever, arguably, right? And he's just entering his prime, if you will. My question is, what is keeping this dude from putting out a cohesive body of work that says, damn, flawless all around? Like,
that's a good question.
I think because he jumps around genres, he's too big to stay in one realm. So,
but if you, let's say he's a perfectionist, and let's say, and to some degree, he's a wave rider, but to some degree, he's his own thing, creating his own thing because no one else sounds like him, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he's got a lot of different elements being put into a body of work. I don't understand how we aren't making classics. Now, to him, they might be classics, and to stans, they might be classics. But what's it gonna take? And I get it, some people just don't like Drake because he's Drake. But what's it gonna take to say, no, 10 years from now, we're gonna look back and say, that's a fucking classic. I don't care if you liked him or not. I don't care if you liked.
Like, it's undeniable.
Yeah, like you, whether you like Nas or not, you're gonna say that's a fucking classic.
Yeah.
Regardless, whether you thought Prince was a piece of, whether you grew up in the 80s and you thought Prince was a scumbag or whatever, you're gonna say Purple Rain was a classic album. Right? So what's it gonna take for this dude to put, and you don't have to answer. That's just what question comes to mind when we're talking about Drake putting out a new album and the anniversary of a different album.
Yeah. I think he just has like enough in each record that it makes like it slides into the projects. Like I don't think he sits around and like really, I mean, I don't know, man. This guy obviously there's a method to his madness and it's working. So you can't complain. Like, but I just feel like
it's crazy because you can say it's great, but it's not a classic.
Well,
go ahead.
No, well, Scorpion, if you just chop it down, it is.
Scorpion.
Scorpion is a classic?
No.
If you chop it down.
If you chop it down
to just the first part?
To like 12 songs. Nah, take a couple of the R&B joints.
Because how many total are there?
It's like
it's two. There's a lot.
No.
Albums.
It's like 20 something songs.
Yeah.
Songs,
and Pusha had a better album with 7.
Facts.
Yeah.
But that's only because the battle.
It's cohesive.
No, it
didn't even have that record in there.
I wouldn't say that.
A cohesive. This is
made me call y'all old.
No way. No, listen.
No, man. A cohesive album against an album. Daytona was a better album than Scorpion.
An album, really though.
I mean, with requirements, it meets the
project. We call it a project. That project was better than Drake's project.
Yeah,
we'll just say that, regardless of how you want to title, EP, album, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and you're absolutely right. In my opinion, I'm listening to Pusha T's joint more than I'm listening to Scorpion.
100%.
100%. And then to me, I just think Drake. Did Drake create a sound?
For sure.
He created a sound.
He's the most relatable artist of all time.
He's relatable.
No, that's not the question.
Yeah.
Lyrically,
did he create did he create a sound? He doesn't sound like similar to any artist out before. Doesn't sound like any artist.
Arguably, The Weeknd was doing it darker than he was.
Yeah, but The Weeknd,
we're talking about,
he wasn't on. He wouldn't have been on if it wasn't for Drake.
No, I'm not disagree. I wouldn't disagree with that. But The Weeknd sound was still The Weeknd sound.
No, you can go to So Far Gone and play Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, and you gonna tell me that's not dark?
I mean, no, but was The Weeknd,
like that, The Weeknd was darker. The Weeknd was darker than anything Drake.
See, so I'm glad this is happening because it's proving my point.
The Weeknd was darker than anything Drake was doing at the time. I listened to The Weeknd not because of Drake. It's just some shit that I found on a blog. Actually, we got the single.
Drake's blog.
No. It was the single was on DJcity, the House of Balloons, and then it was like, "Yo, this is different." And then I found it.
House of Balloons out.
How long was what?
I mean, we're getting into semantics, but go ahead.
Anyways, So I say all that because I personally don't think Drake created a sound. You know what I mean? I think Drake. I'm not taking anything away from Drake. Drake is a great artist. I love Drake. I'll listen when Drake drops an album. I'm listening to it.
Yeah,
with
we're all
no
tuned
doubt.
in tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I don't think Drake created. Drake is a great actor. He is a talented man. I give him that 100%. And like Sean said, he's relatable as fuck.
Right.
And that's why he gets the masses. He gets the masses to listen to him, and he sell the numbers that he sells. And he's at the point of his stardom that it doesn't matter what he drops, people are going to listen to it. He put out a project with Future that is mixed like shit, and people are listening to it. You get what I'm saying? Like, he can literally put anything out, and he's built himself to that. So I don't take anything away from that, but I don't think Drake created a sound like The Weeknd created a sound. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these other artists that have come out and created their own sound and made it sound like, we can go and be like, oh, he sounds like, when Bryson Tiller came out, who do we say he sounded like?
I think he sounds like Brandy personally, but
he sounds like who?
Brandy. He's the male Brandy. But
when Tory Lanez came out, who do we say he sounded like?
I He sounds like everybody.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
that was
So-
him finding his sound. Same
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
Travis
So
Scott.
what I'm saying is I think that Drake falls in that category. Drake is like
He was still at first when Drake first came out, he did sound exactly like Wayne. And then he changed, he found
and
his
he
own
evolves.
little pocket.
He like Sean. So like he was saying is that there's too many genres that Drake jumps around in, and he starts to sound like whoever's popular in that genre.
I mean, you ain't got to be first. You got to do it best.
Exactly, my point. And I'm not saying that he's not doing it the best. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying Drake is not, and that's my point of bringing it to why Joe is saying, how come this man can't make a classic piece of work?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's just like that piece of work is undeniable. We'll say, we could bring up The Weeknd and we'll be like, House of Balloons is probably one of the best projects that we've probably ever heard in our time of music and DJing and whatnot, like by far. You know what I'm saying? And you can say that about a couple of artists. But we can all say, what is your favorite Drake album? What is it? I'm asking you. Do you know, like off top, what's your favorite Drake
I
album?
don't have one.
What's your favorite Drake album?
Probably Scorpion.
Scorpion is your favorite. Mine's is Nothing Was the Same. Like, I'm listening to that shit front to back, no skips. Take Care was,
I think Nothing Was the Same. Yeah.
Nothing Was the Same was amazing too.
It wasn't, to me, his best project, and I love So Far, So Gone. Like, that's a close second,
Yeah.
right? But it's not something that I'm like, yo, this is not Nas's ill. That's not Nas's ill.
You could probably name 10 albums before you'd want to listen to
Exactly.
that.
This is not Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt. You know what I mean? Or, you know, we can go on and on about whatever artist put out, But I just think that's what it is. It's just that he's a relatable thing because he's an actor. He's a great actor and he knows how to act very well. Like Miki was saying, it doesn't matter. It matters who did it the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not who did it first. It matters who did it the best. So,
Yeah, unfortunately.
you know,
We weren't the first podcast, but we're the best podcast.
Hey.
talk to him. Talk to him. Come on, man. Let's get the
No,
flowers
actually,
going.
fuck that. We were the first podcast. We started in 2009. We were streaming before
Before
these
it was
other
called
It wasn't.
podcast.
It was
We
our
were
podcast.
streaming
Yeah.
before all these other DJs were streaming. We were having conversations.
Y'all don't know about Ustream.
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
You don't know about Winamp?
Yo,
Man.
tell me I didn't go check Winamp.
Yeah.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
Stream still
Shit.
going?
Yo, so as soon as I tweeted that and got all you guys into this mess,
Did you get heat for that?
I don't feel
You wouldn't label it heat.
I don't want to
Miki
label
was
it
looking
heat.
for
I did get
some-
traction. Some people did like show love. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, you did. But I will say that I went back to go look for Ustream. It got acquired and then it got shut down. I was like, fuck, that should be the place we should be
shit.
all streaming.
Yeah.
On where?
Oh, shit.
On Ustream.
Oh, Ustream, yeah.
Because you
Damn.
could set up a website for $20 and then you could just embed the fucking video
Yeah.
and the chat room too.
Game time.
And nobody had to log in. All you have to do is just sign, like put in what name you want to go under.
Game time.
Yeah, but it's over. It's gone. Anyway.
Anyways, yeah. So, well, I'm looking forward to this project that Drake is gonna put out. See what it's about.
We'll see where we're
And,
at tonight.
Yeah. When you hear the podcast next week, you'll hear our takes on it.
Yeah, we'll give you our thoughts.
He's done.
Except
Pusha T
for
killed him.
Sean and his thoughts on Scorpion. Fuck that.
Hey man, I'm upset hit different. You know what I'm saying? When you pay child support, you feel me?
Hit a little different.
You know what?
50,000 on my head. Oh my
I can't even be mad.
Oh man,
I can't
that's what I'm
relate.
saying. But
I
what I'm
can't
saying
relate.
is because you relate to that. We don't
Right.
have kids.
On
We
different
don't
levels.
relate. We don't relate to that. But
Yeah, I don't sell drugs, but I relate to Pusha a little
Yeah.
better.
He sells sneakers.
Okay,
does.
never mind. I'm pushing weight.
Yeah, he's a businessman. You're a businessman,
Right.
Yeah,
You're right.
you know what I mean.
Never
He's
mind.
selling a different product than you selling, but y'all still, you know. Anyways, yeah. So,
So speaking of rap, y'all heard in diss tracks. Y'all heard the Aaron Gordon?
I did not hear it.
Hard pass.
All right, never mind.
I do not hear it.
Moving
I don't
on.
want to hear it.
It's pretty terrible. D-Wade.
Athletic as hell,
Get it.
though.
Hey,
yeah.
Guy can
great
jump.
dunker. It's 9 out of 10.
Amazing. And I can understand why he made the diss track. Why he was like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna make a diss track
I
against
just hope
D-Wade.
D-Wade gets him back.
I was just like,
Why do you want that? Like,
No, I don't want none of these
Hey,
motherfuckers
D-Wade
to
got a
rap
song
it.
with Rick Ross.
I don't give a shit. That
I
don't
haven't
mean that
heard
it's
it,
good. Listen,
I heard
I
it.
want these
We
ball
don't-
players to
we
stop.
don't-
You know what? I don't want to say that because Dame
Dame is
Lillard is
nice.
actually nice.
Dame's nice.
Dame is actually nice. But I just need these ball players to stop fucking rapping, man.
They ain't
Come
got
on,
nothing
man.
else to do.
Stay in your lane, man. If we let rappers start getting on the court and balling with y'all gonna look at them like, what the fuck are you doing?
Quavo's in every celebrity game.
In celebrity games, playing with other celebrities. He not playing with ball players that are playing in the league today.
Bro, Quavo's jump shot should tell you enough of whether he should play ball.
He
or
was
not.
with C. Brickley, wasn't he? He was working out.
What?
Working on that jumper.
Oh, that don't matter, bro. Anyway, for celebrity games, maybe. Yeah, I think we've done plenty here today.
Yes.
How's health-wise though? Since
We're good.
Everybody
We
feeling
good,
great?
man. I'm good, man.
Great?
You know.
Still kicking.
Still kicking. How's the significant others? Everyone's significant others doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Nothing's changed in the house.
No name changing or
Have you guys talked any more about that OnlyFans page? What you call it?
No update on that. Been
No?
busy.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Not that this has to be a topic, but the Dream did do an OnlyFans page, and I thought it was a creative way to drive traffic and marketing. Since I think he I don't know, either girls did it on their own, and I think this worked for Lil Jon too. But there's a sex beat challenge to his song, and I mean, there's just some stuff that.
What does a challenge look like on OnlyFans?
Look, man, I don't know what a challenge is these days. Dudes, girls, look.
I'm curious.
Apparently, it's a challenge to be walking around with some lingerie or showing some titties.
Got you.
I don't know.
Speaking of that,
his OnlyFans is free.
All for that.
Quick, we don't have to dive into it, but you guys know how D Nice got that situation with MTV,
You got a pass.
right?
Oh
No, the thing on MTV, he had a little special on MTV. They aired him. He did some shit like that. They offered Tory Lanez something similar to that because of his quarantine radio.
Wow.
So I think he's gonna be doing something with that. Motherfuckers tried to hate on Tory, man. Tory out there killing the game right now.
Wait, who's saying on Tory?
Tory, I'm just saying, people just like, I ain't, whatever. I'm not gonna get into it.
People hating, or do you want people to hate so you can check?
No. People are actually hating on what he's doing.
I mean, but that's the perspective, the same thing of, shout out to Justin LeBoy, the real Demon Hours guy. You know what I mean? He was the first, but Tory did it best because he had a platform.
Exactly. Again,
and
you don't have to agree with it.
And he didn't make girls put bottles of alcohol in their,
I mean, at first he did. That's how he got kicked off the first time.
Tory did?
Tory was doing some questionable shit. And that's how he got kicked off the first time. And then he had his conversation with the reps of IG, and they were like, listen, they told him to keep it PG-13, and that was his slogan. He ran with it. He marketed that shit.
He just needs to take this to Brazzers or one of those porn companies, and then take it to OnlyFans. You can stream live on there.
True.
Yeah.
As long as people ain't got to pay for it, I think they'll be on it.
True. Yeah, make a free account. They can't censor you.
They can't.
Can't censor us. Anyway.
Oh, who we got next on globalization?
Shoni?
Shoni, yeah. Oh yeah, Shoni and myself.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tuesday.
Yep. Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 p.m. East Coast Time.
Shout out to Jason Craig, man.
Yep. Jason Craig.
Did his thing.
Yeah, he killed it.
Yes, sir. And that's on Pitbull's Globalization, MikiDz Radio.
Channel 13. I finally got that shit in my car.
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
It's free.
I've been had this shit in my whip. We
You
had
don't
this
have the app,
conversation.
though?
Oh, no, it's the app.
Yeah, I don't have the app.
All right.
I have that too.
All right, so we're good here?
We are good
We're
here.
great here.
Yeah. Solid.
Joe, when are we going to see you on live?
Stop bullshitting.
No interest anytime soon.
Stop bullshitting.
No?
No interest anytime soon.
Sean's going to go on live.
I am.
Holding out, though, might be the best move at this point.
I think
Because now you can create a thing about it, like Eddie Boy created a thing.
Yeah. I just think it's like,
Depends on what your fan base is, but Zach wasn't one of the first to do it. He held out. He got his shit organized. And then you're like,
well, speaking
we
of
even
which,
said on the show, Zach's up to something. He's been quiet.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
he did
speaking
it
of which,
now.
he's got something in 7 minutes. He's going to go live on Twitch.
Yeah.
There you go.
He did it now. Name a DJ who didn't go. That Craze hasn't done one.
Who?
Craze.
Live?
Yeah, he hasn't done a live, right?
No, that he has a Twitch with his record.
Oh, okay. So name a DJ who doesn't. 8-Track's on that shit every goddamn day.
Vice is
on-
testing out new mixers.
Yeah, Vice is on that shit every day, Monday through Friday. I respect Vice, man. Vice.
Scene moved to Twitch, right?
Seen move to Twitch.
Yeah.
No, I'd seen move to Twitch because they deactivated his IG Live.
Oh wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Jay Espinosa did the same thing. I mean, he's been on Twitch, but
Yeah, Jay Espinosa started on Twitch though, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So exciting to
All right.
see what all this.
Come on,
develops
DJ
into.
DJcity.
We'll see. Oh, Sprite's going live this weekend, so we can talk about that next episode.
What day
That's
is he
something I've
going?
been looking forward to seeing live.
IG,
Saturday.
Twitch, or
IG.
Saturday?
No. I mean, I think it's IG.
YouTube?
Perfect.
Yeah, it's IG.
It's,
Why is anybody
yeah.
doing YouTube?
I don't know.
Because it's the same thing. Yo,
Copyright?
their copyright is worse than any other platform.
But what if you quick makes?
You could try. Them motherfuckers is quick.
You gotta be faster
You
than
gotta
that.
be quicker than that.
Yeah, IG live from 1 to 2. So we'll recap that.
1 p.m.
Show some love.
our time?
Yep.
Word.
All right.
I'll be there. You working?
When?
Saturday?
Yep.
Oh well. All right. Well, that should do it for us.
Yes.
This is going long enough.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget to tag us, repost us,
Yes,
slide
sir.
in our DMs.
Slide in them DMs, man.
Have a conversation with us.
We
Feel free
want the smoke.
to ask any questions or topics that you want us to bring up.
Mhm.
And if you all want us to start some shit, we can. So talk to us.
Yeah.
See you guys next time.
Peace.
Like.